Hello, my beautiful gems. Here we are for our weekly pick a card reading. This is Intuitive Oracle. What I'm going to do is put out 3 cards. Card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. Feel free to pause and set your intention, ask your question, and I will read to you from the book what the card means and then tell you what I'm getting intuitively for the card you picked for the week of October 4th through October 10th, 2021. For those of you who can't choose, or if this moves too fast for you and you forget to pause, there will be a 4th card at the end, either from the bottom or the top of the deck. I'm not sure. It's wherever spirit guides me. I'm sure I don't have to explain this entire thing. This is the 3rd week we're doing it, and I think you guys like it. So here we go. Let's see what's going on for you guys for the week of October 4th through October 10th, 2021. And this week I'm using another new deck, and it is the Dragonfae Oracle, Oracle of the Dragonfae. All right, let's do this. Card number 1. Card number 2. I'm trying to even them out. And card number 3. 1, 2, 3. Feel free to pause to choose your card. I'm going to jump right in. If you chose card number 1, you chose Melusine. Love who you are. And that is card number 1. If you chose card number 1, which is card number 1, and I love when that happens, it feels like synchronicity. Look for double ones, ones in multiples. That is the universe letting you know that you are on the right path. Melusine speaks. Keys are rare in the realm of spirit, but I now provide you with a key that will open the door to who you truly are. Your true feelings about self-worth and self-love have been hidden, locked away for years, but now they will be revealed and healed for all time. For there is a part of you that you feel is not suitable to be shown to others, particularly in romantic relationships. You feel that this part of you is unacceptable and lacking in beauty. However, this part of you, in being denied, is causing pain and guilt to surface within relationships where there needs to be none. You deserve to be loved for all of you, for the parts that are claws and thorns, for your lines and your grief, for your irritability and your sadness. I, Melusine, do not say to go into these parts and stay there, but know that what you consider to be unacceptable is in fact part of your beauty, and true beauty is wholeness. Come forward and be revealed, and never again mistrust or reject a portion of who you are. Embrace your scars and your flaws, and see them as wonderful differences that only make you unique and very real. Open your heart, unlock the door, and step out of the enchanted chamber in which you have hidden this aspect of who you are. Love all of you, your body and soul, your mind and spirit, your ancestry, and your trials and challenges. You are perfect, whole, and complete, with the unique stamp of this individual body and soul upon you. I will help you love yourself more truly and deeply than ever before. Take this key and unlock the secret parts of you. Let them see the lights and know that you are safer for doing so than you have ever been before in any of your numerous lifetimes. Melusine is Dragonfae. She is dragon and woman and fae being. She has learned to come out as her true self and love who she is, making her energy wonderful for any of us who have ever wanted to stay in the magical closet, afraid of insults and discrimination. She's about embracing your true bloodline and learning its wisdom, no matter how much others feel you should forget it. Melusine is the daughter of a Dragonfae woman called Persine and a Lady of the Forest. She married the King of Alban in Scotland and gave birth to triplets who were reared in Avalon because of how unusual they were. Melusine, one of the triplets, on her 15th birthday, asked why she and her sisters had been taken to Avalon rather than being raised at their father's court. When she learned that her father had disowned his daughters, as they were Dragonfae lineage, Melusine confronted her father. Persine, her mother, was deeply distressed, as she had oh so carefully kept the girls' true natures a secret. Finally, Melusine wandered alone for a time, wondering why her true self should ever be hidden. She met a fine prince in this forest. And they fell in love and married. When he discovered her hidden self, he fell into a rage, called her a serpent, and from that time forth, she stopped hiding who she was and went freely about in her Dragonfae form. She can create magical rings for invisibility and keys to unlock doors to secrets and dimensions. When she died, the Dragonfae cried because she had finally come out about who she really was and was no longer afraid of her true nature. Whenever one of her ancestors passes from this world to the next, the Dragonfae will weep. She is very beautiful and very true to herself. She is able to move between her forms and is very much of the water and the forest. She falls in love but never loses herself, and she will not be insulted. She owns her Dragonfae self and gives to her many children the secrets of Avalon. You may be facing rejection from others, particularly due to traditional family, religious, or cultural expectations, being thought of as unacceptable in some way, struggling to fit into an environment that only loves part of who you are, finding people want you to hide some of who you are so that you fit in. Confide in those who love you how you truly are, and when the first glimmer of acceptance is given, feel your own self-acceptance blossom. Spend time in water, in baths, and amongst nature to learn to fully accept who you are. See the incredible variation in all forms, and know that you are a beautiful being of nature yourself. So this card is something I've been talking about a lot lately with my subscribers, my friends, the tribe. It's a lot of people, even me at my age, at age 38, a lot of people in their 60s and their 50s, 40s, coming out and stepping into their psychicness, as I like to call it. Whatever psychic abilities they've had, seeing full-bodied apparitions, being able to touch things, being empathic, being highly sensitive, earth angels, starseeds, whatever it is, have finally been coming to terms with this psychicness and learning about it. And I've had so many of them tell me how freeing it is. And believe me, I know I have never been more powerful, capable, independent, strong, true to myself. I've never loved myself so much. And this is the feedback I'm getting from people who I've been working with and who have come to me, and I've told them, like, listen, just accept it. Research this. This sounds like this. Not taking credit, just saying, we always need to be who we are. If there's any part of self-denial, and a lot of this comes from other people's rejections, at least for this week, okay, because this is a weekly reading. I'd love for you all to be able to do this forever, okay? But let's start slow, baby steps. Let's start with just this week. For this week, if you chose card 1, and it's a good idea whether you chose a different card or not, please try to, whatever your difference is that someone is judging you for, that people are kind of shunning you for, right? Guilt and shame come from the devil. We are all children of God. Whether you believe that or not, you don't have to. That's what I believe. There's a creator, right? So come out of your shell, accept who you are, be perfectly and wonderfully who you are just for this week. If you're seeing full-bodied apparitions, reach out to someone who knows about that. Even just if you don't want to talk to someone else about it, Google it online. If you think you're an earth angel, a starseed, if you think you may be psychic, do some research. Act as if you are these things. Coming out of the closet in other ways. Maybe you don't want to do that, but maybe you want to, whatever it is. I'm having a hard time because there's so much information coming in. Apparently spirit and the universe feels very strongly about this because I'm literally getting screamed at from 45 different directions right now. Whatever it is, accept yourself. Act as if you accept these things about yourself for this week. Don't let anyone tell you you're less than. If you're in any kind of toxic or abusive relationship, please, I know it's easier said than done. I've been there too. Start at least taking baby steps to find a way out. Step into your power. Don't let anybody ever hold you down. And this week, the universe is telling you that Melusine is with you. So you are guarded and protected by this powerful Dragonfae woman. Look at her. She's beautiful. And so are you. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. I don't assign gender to the cards. Just like with tarot, there's no gender. All right? Be you this week. Act as if. Even if it's only at home in your room. Okay? It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a guy who likes to wear women's underwear because they're comfortable. Wear them around your house. Get used to being you. Because you are beautifully, gloriously, and wonderfully made. Okay? Don't let anybody bully you this week. This card is like really making me like not angry, but just like this righteous anger, like this empowerment holding this card. I just want to give this power to all of you somehow. I'm going to try to send this energy out to all of you guys, everybody watching, no matter what card you picked, because we should never be being bullied, put down, shunned, disowned. You know, nobody is less than anyone else. It doesn't matter about your career. It doesn't matter about how much money you have. We were all made the same. Different lives, we all have the same exact heart. Please, at least for this week, accept whatever it is that people are telling you is weird or different, or that you just instinctively feel is weird, different, or wrong about you. Please be your true and whole self this week. And hopefully by doing that for an entire week, you can do that for the rest of your life and be free. Break the shackles of guilt and shame. Ain't nobody got time for that. If you chose card number 2, you chose the Dragonfae goddess Tiamat. You are stronger than you think. Another Dragonfae goddess, and that is card number 15. Tiamat says, I know who you are. I know the good of you, the multiplicity of you, and the incredible richness of you. I know what you have survived. I know what great lies have been told. I know how hard the path has been, how deep the despair, how savage the untruths. I am here to help you restore your own sense of glory, your own truth, your own shining self. The truth is that you are all things and all beings. You are magnificent and truthfully. Heaven is your mother. The earth is your mother. The sea is your mother. And the fire of creation is yours as well. You are all of these things, star being, dragonkin, sea creature, earth dweller, and forest child. You are sea and salt and wood and stone, and you are grander and more magnificent than words or thoughts can tell you of. Know that these different parts of yourself naturally can dwell together, that there need be no war within, no conflict, no refusal to acknowledge all of who you are. I am here to tell you that soon you will come to understand the whole of who you are, and that there is no evil or darkness within you, only instinct and truth, all of which is right and innocent. Grow and begin to feel more secure in the truth that who you are is timeless, ageless, and has wisdom from far beyond this lifetime and far beyond this planet. The truth of who you are is beyond all of our imaginings, because you are vast, powerful, and wondrous. I, who am the mother of this earth, tell you so, and know you to be so. You are me, and I am you, and your capacity to become who you truly are is now a possibility. Do not be frightened by the power you feel within you. Know that this power is to be used for good, to assist, to love, and to create. You are an amazing galactic being, an earthy, sensual being, a glorious body and soul entwined. I am here to let you know that you are eternal, beyond time, beyond space, beyond form. You are, and I am here to show you that who you are is of value to us of the stars, of the sea, of the land. We support you and we love you, always. About Tiamat, also known as Tiamat. In the beginning there was one being. She was all things and nothing. She was the creator of all and yet known by no one. She was alone, and yet without her we would have no existence. She is Tiamat, a being who is at once galactic, crystalline, merciful, and Dragonfae. She is the ancient primordial mother of us all, known to the Sumerians as the mother whose body formed the earth and the galaxies. Her story is one of a female, all-powerful light mother who survived the attempt to destroy her. She is Atlantean, galactic, and angelic in form. And her understanding in ancient wisdom is profound. Tiamat is truly a being from beyond the stars. Her energy is beyond that of individualized energy, and when we have this card show up in our lives, we know we are being connected with her in profound, radiating ways. She is here to remind us of our very nature, the roots of our existence, the atoms of our being. Through her all-beingness, she shows us the real possibility of unity, and through her survival and her destruction, she shows us that we are indeed eternal and that life is cyclic. She is associated with a galactic empire known as Arcadia, a Sumerian dynasty of 2500 BCE. The Arcadians greatly venerated and respected Tiamat. Her energy can be almost overwhelming, but she is such a strong, super protective mother being that she knows that any seeming destruction we experience can be recreated. Thus, she is especially significant during this time of climactic earth change. She brought to this beautiful planet the knowledge of building pyramids and ziggurats. She was said to have been sacrificed upon a ziggurat during the battle to take from her the tablet of destinies, but this was truly the place of her reformation and recreation. The knowledge of the eternal nature of the soul. Be aware of your own soul's journey through time and space. Be aware that you are made up of galactic star material, earthly materials, and the ocean of the fire. A time when others say things about you that are not only untrue, they are inspired by their own fear. Soon you will have recognition and a kind of rebirth, and you will realize that you are a strong warrior, a being whose spirit can never be vanquished, just as your complexity and brilliance can never be fully captured in words or images. Go on and recreate your life from this ending that seems hard to bear. What you go on to create will have beauty, genius, wisdom, and grace in it. You may face challenges in finding a home or a construction or dwelling may not be going to plan. Build on and know that your plans will reach fruition for generations to come. Astrology, astronomy, the science of the stars. Build something for you now and for the generations to come. Consider the legacy you wish to leave for your descendants and for the planet, and work from this place. Surround yourself with people who share your values and insights, and learn more about what is it that you can do to stop others from being persecuted. Know that no matter what appears to have happened, and no matter how tragic or disastrous it may seem to be, you are in fact strong enough to not only cope, but to transcend the circumstances and rise again. You are greater than those who have hurt you and no longer need to live with fear. You will soon be free, washed clean, and reborn to yourself. Never underestimate your own strength. Just quietly begin to build again. This is just like card number 1. Oh my goodness. Be yourself. Step into your psychicness. Step into your power. You are being trolled. You are being bullied. You are being harassed. You are being taken advantage of. You are being taken for granted. Okay. You are having jealous people spread lies about you. Just know the reason that these people are doing this is because you're doing your thing and they're jealous of you. All right. For the week of October 4th through October 10th, 2021, I want you all to just be yourself. Okay. Don't listen to the haters just for this week. You know, if you're on YouTube, don't read the comments. If you have one family member that does nothing but nag you and talk about you negatively, don't talk to them just for this week. All right. If you can at all, avoid it. Avoid confrontation. But if there is one, you know, stand up for yourself. Say you recently decided that, you know, you're going to look into being psychic because you know that you are, but you're being told it's against your religion or it's from Satan. Forget that. Just for this week, be yourself and look into it. This card also talks about legacy. What are you leaving for generations to come, for your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, nephews, godkids, brothers, sisters, parents? It doesn't matter. What are you leaving? Not your parents, obviously. They're not the generations to come, duh, Gemma. What are you leaving behind? What is your legacy right now? And if you think about that and it's not something as spectacularly wonderful as you know you can do, as I know you can do, start building something else. This is the time this week to maybe start looking into your dreams. One of my dreams has always been to open a drug rehab for women, like a really big place like Walter Hoving Home or something like that, you know. But I can't do that now, but I'm looking into opening a thrift store and partnering with my church, which is another big dream. But all I'm doing right now is kind of Googling how that would work, and just in the beginning stages. So if you're thinking like dreaming big, just start looking into it now. Like say you want to buy you know, some property and builds a place for, you know, inner city kids or something to learn how to play softball. I don't know. You know what I mean? Look into it now as if you were starting the project tomorrow. Does that make sense? Act as if this week, act as if you're doing this. Like this week is your planning and next week that dream is coming true. All right? Do that. Act as if this week and see if you don't feel more confident and more powerful in building your dreams. Accept yourself for who you are. Being psychic, and I said this with card number 1, so many people, I guess it's something in the air, the energy, the moon in Gemini, the sun in Libra. There is something going on with all of this air, people thinking, people wanting to learn knowledge, plus the Mercury retrograde of people just being like, I know I've been psychic since I was a kid, but I was told not to talk about it. I was told it was evil. It was against my religion, but now I want to learn. Act as if you've always been able to act on it this week. This is just the same as card number 1. That's pretty crazy because I know all of these cards are different. Card number 21. If you chose card number 3, you got card number 21, the listener, sacred silence. The listener speaks. How much have you missed because I cannot have the space, the wild quiet, the blessed peace in which to whisper my secret straight to your soul? How much more could you be aware of if you simply took the time to be still and silent? The whole world can be heard in a moment, and now it is your time to be still and to be silent. Listen and truly understand what it is you are hearing. Listen with your being, your entire being, and not just your ears. Allow your senses to be the soul's messengers. Sometimes we need to be quiet and listen, but first of all, we need to be quiet. So many people talk so much of the time, and the talking and the filling up of space simply drowns out the messages. The Dragonfae do not decry conversation and robust dialogue, the joyous clash of friends talking with each other or singing out of voices, especially when raised in joy, celebration, song, and good cheer. But this card speaks of a time when it would be right for you to be still and to listen as the world whispers her secrets to you. We do not want to be making so much noise that we drown out our own signs and messages. So be still, be silent, and be ready for the messages to come in sweet, subtle, and magical ways. This beautiful Dragonfae being represents and embodies the qualities of stillness and sacred silence. She needs to be removed from the hustle and bustle, from built-up urban and industrial areas, and needs to go deep into nature to find the still space of solitude in which the soul can speak and be heard. She has learned to listen and has also learned to turn down the stress, the demands, the social whirl, the noise that can drown out meaning. In the words of Shakespeare, chatter is often a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. You would do well to seek the counsel of spirit in nature, to rest in the quiet grove within. Furthermore, when the soul speaks, listen, come into alignment, and act from the space of integrity. The listener does not feel the need to tell all about what she has heard. In fact, she is content to simply act without broadcasting her moves and to allow her dreams into being, to follow the guidance of her messages without exhausting the energy of the message by talking it out. She is silent and she seems still. But all of her actions are powerful and purposeful because they are born from a pure, still place of energy. Hers is the quiet glade and sudden glad truth of the soul, and in these truths are the great wisdom and delights. A time for peace and quiet, literally finding a quiet space, softening noise. There could be increased noise sensitivity at this time, finding that it is hard to contemplate or think of what needs to be happening, or hard to decide on the best course of action for you due to interruptions and almost constant demands and distractions. One thing after another may be demanding your time, and your desire for a peaceful time out for contemplation may seem an impossible dream. Meditation, taking part in retreats and soul excursions and therapy are recommended, but it is the space you create in which to commune with your own soul self that is of great import at this time. Soothing music, meditation CDs, and natural sounds of the elements would be very healing. A need to withdraw from the noise and volume around you to seek out quiet space and time in which to actively hear messages of your own spirit. Okay, so being still, listening, maybe finding some meditations. Even if you don't have time, you can put in your earbuds and do them in your sleep. That's what I have to do because I have no time really for too much meditation. If you pray to whoever you pray to, Buddha, God, Jesus, pray, meditate, maybe do some yoga, some exercise out in nature. If you live near nature and you can just get 10 minutes to go out and be out in the sunlight, walking in the woods, listening, quiet, no phone, right? Keep your ringer off. I don't want to say go into the woods without your phone, God forbid, but, keep your ringer off. Try to maybe meditate in nature. If you can take, 10 minutes a day to just sit and just be and just relax and try to turn your thoughts off, even if you're not doing any kind of guided meditation. The universe is trying to tell you something. Your future self, your soul is trying to tell you something, and you are not getting the message. So now they're telling you, don't worry about what everyone else is saying. If a message comes to you, accept it as the message. Accept it as fact. You don't have to talk it through. If you get a message to do something, do it. Point blank, period, the end. But Gemma, how do I know if it's the universe telling me, not just a voice in my head? The universe is a voice in your head. When you're sitting and meditating and sudden random thoughts come to you, that's the universe. That's your future self, your soul self. You need to hear something this week. You need to learn something this week. And if you don't take time, try for every single day to get at least 10 minutes, at least 5 minutes to yourself. Okay? Preferably out in the sun in nature or the moon in nature. Okay? Or just to yourself. Close your eyes and do a guided meditation of the woods. Listen to sounds of nature. Whatever you can do. If you can take a vacation this week, take one. The universe, your future self, your soul self is trying to tell you something. I think it's something I'm getting intuitively about a soul contract. Someone is coming in to claim something on a contract, you know, that your soul has with their soul. And it's extremely important that this happens for your vibrational energy to kind of level up. Please get yourself some clear mental space this week. Definitely. Sometimes I pull the fourth card from the top, sometimes from the bottom, sometimes I shuffle, and we're just going to see maybe if anything pops out or when I feel good to stop shuffling and pull a card. This is for those of you who are indecisive and couldn't pick a card. I'm going to go with this one right here. The Elder. Heed wise counsel, card number 30. And you know, I see a kind of connection with all these cards. I'll talk about it after this really quickly. The Elder speaks. People expect all those who are your guides and teachers to come in forms that are soft and sweet. I am neither. And I am stern and serious because you are in danger of forgetting that which has been taught to you due to distraction. I ask you now whether you have the commitment to carry through with the tasks you have decided you wish to complete. Because the words yes and I will are simple, but to teach is to impart priceless wisdom, and for others to ignore the lesson simply means this entire planet is being held back. Forgive me, for I become impatient at the pains you have put yourself through, and I see that again there is the possibility of going over old ground. You must understand you have already learned so much. What we wish for you to do now is to have the courage to live from the wisdom you have gained, rather than the fear which ensures you overlook all that which you have learned. I have been with you before, and you and I have already learned a great deal together. And let me say this, if you choose to behave as though nothing of the wisdom of her has been given to you, and you behave as though you are deaf and blind, and have no senses, you will again feel pain that is simply not necessary. So now, choose to follow guidance and learn the lesson you have already worked with. And when you have learned it for the last time, teach it to yourself. By demonstrating the qualities you wish to see in the world, by applying action and discipline to your dreams, I will also be relieved, because I will no longer have to bring the lesson to your attention again and again, time after time. And my patience will no longer be tested. Together we can teach the new ones. They need you to live from your wisdom more than you think. Know, too, that no matter how much you feel you have already learned and how wise you may believe you already are, that you still have a great deal more to learn. In this new school you will be entering, you will be an apprentice once again, surrounded by others who are just as eager, wide-eyed, and sure of themselves, too, at times. The Elder is wise and ancient and seems very stern, and she is, because she has a serious task. But what one does not often see is the laughter in her eyes, the warmth of her voice, and the strength of her endurance, for she has taught thousands and will teach many more. Her home is the natural world, and her lessons are the themes of your life. Ignoring the wisdom she has given is like polluting the fresh water of a spring or poisoning your own food. Do not compromise your life. Trust the stern and wise teachers of your life, for they know how precious you are. Know their harsh words at times contain so much truth. So look beyond what seems to be unfair and seek the wisdom in what you have been taught. Think of the master of martial arts and the rigors the young apprentice must go through in order to learn. This master is your current most gifted guide. The divinatory meaning, studying seriously, working towards a goal, feeling like abandoning a task before it is complete, being disrespectful, feeling threatened by another approach to learning, wanting to leave school, quote unquote, before it is time, and having authority issues. Take your studies very seriously and pay attention to the messages. Take any "why are they picking me out" moments to mean that in fact you are not clearly acting on your true path, and to be practical about all steps. So, if you wish to write, do so. Listen to your muse and be creative. Do not simply seek to obtain what is needed externally. Create it from within and send it out into the world through your efforts and discipline. Be proactive and do not rely on the powers that be. Rely on yourself. Heed teachings and have integrity. Treat elders with respect and do not forsake old energies and wisdoms for this season's latest trend. Within your family, an elder has something to say to you. Listen to them, even if they do seem a little fearsome. Okay. So there's a lot going on in this card. Firstly, not learning your life's lessons, repeating the same mistake over and over again, okay? And sometimes we contract that into our life, our life theme. But the elder is telling you now this week, now is the time to stop doing that, okay? Cut all negative patterns. Cut all connection with any negative energies. You do not have to repeat the same mistake for the umpteenth time. Something or someone is coming in that you already know is going to be trouble. Your instinct is telling you, your gut is telling you, whether it's a romantic partner, a new job offer, and there's something off about the boss, whatever it may be, again, cards of instinct. Your gut is going to tell you what's right and wrong. Don't ignore your gut just to avoid hurting someone else's feelings, okay? Don't people please this week, because this week is going to make or break the rest of your year and into next year. You're either going to be blissfully happy, or terribly sad. And you're going to end up at some point being like, oh, why do I keep going through the same thing? Why do I have to learn everything the hard way? The elder is telling you that this week is when you're going to make that choice. Break ties with anything toxic, abusive. I know, again, it's easier said than done, but this is Oracle. You have to put in the work. Another thing it's saying is seek the advice or listen to the advice of the elders in your life. Parents, parent figures, grandparent figures, your teachers, people you feel like you learned something from. It doesn't even have to be a teacher. It could just be someone that you look up to, that you respect, that you admire. Reach out to those people. And if they come off as harsh or mean, maybe that's just because they're trying to help you, that they've been where you are, they know what's going on, and they don't want to see you get hurt again, or they don't want to see you get hurt at all. If you're doing something creative, writing, drawing, painting, creating music, starting a YouTube channel, this is the week to do it. And stop thinking so much about it. Just follow your gut, your instinct, your guides, your spirit guides, your elder ancestors, your guardian angels, especially those elder ancestors, are going to guide you this week. Not that they're going to be asleep next week and for the rest of your life, but this week is very important for you to get started on some of your goals. I see a common theme this week with being who we really are, stepping into our power, not taking any crap from anyone, not letting anyone tell us what or who we are or what or who we can be, no matter what. And taking the time to listen and to learn. I'm getting from this card too, if someone confides something in you, don't tell anyone else, okay? Even if it's someone you trust, don't tell anyone else. It's going to come back to bite you. So that's all I have for you today, guys. I really hope this helped. Yeah, have a great week. I'm going to leave comments off like I normally do, just for those trolls who like to come in and be like, oh, you're a psychic now, Gemma. But you guys know how to get in touch with me if you want to talk to me more about the card that you picked or something that's going on. Y'all know I'm always here for you. It may take me a little time to respond, but I do get back to you guys. Guys, check out the description box. I will put links for PayPal and Patreon if you want to send a donation. And also my Amazon wish list is in there. It's my wish list for the channel. I hope you have a really, really amazing week. And don't forget, I'll also put in the description box Wednesday nights right here on this channel with either just myself or myself and Steve Stockton. So it could be Stemma. I do 1-card oracle readings, and I draw a card for everyone who comes in, and I usually go for like 4 hours from around 7:15 p.m. Eastern time to like 11. I try to be done by 10, but I don't like turning people away. I might do that a little differently this week. It might be like first come, first serve, or like the first 15 and then the rest, like you're going to pick a number. So yeah, we'll see how that works. But please be sure and check it out. I'll put a link to one of them in the description box. If you like what you see, come on in. Everybody's welcome. The only requirement is kindness. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, smile at a stranger, have your best day, have your best night, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.